Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Aligned and Soulful Success, where we dive into topics that are meant to serve empaths and conscious entrepreneurs, sensitive souls who run businesses and want to succeed in a way aligned with their soul. So this week I want to talk about the what you actually need for your business versus what you think you need for your business. So I meet with entrepreneurs on a regular basis, whether they're my clients or their colleagues. And I often ask, the question, what is a way that I can help you? What is one of the challenges that you are experiencing right now? And often the things that I hear are um, that I need more clients, okay, or I need to organize my business. I need more time. There's so many things to do, and there's just not enough time to do everything. So, things like that is what I definitely hear from entrepreneurs. And then I also hear things like, yeah, I might need more training. Maybe I don't know enough about what I'm doing. And, things like that. Or I need to learn how to market my business. So, all those things, I'm not saying those things are not necessarily true. But if you really dig deeper into what you need in your business and what you think you need, you might actually go into the truth of what is are the foundations that you haven't maybe created for your business. So maybe for instance with the marketing, it's not that you need to know how to market more. Maybe you have systems in place, maybe you're marketing regularly. It's just that it's not landing. So then it's about going back to those fundamentals of who is it that you're serving? Are you talking to that ideal client, right? Is what you're sharing, is that something they identify with? What you provide, what you're offering, is that providing value to that ideal client? Okay. And so instead of, oh, I need help marketing, that may be the truth, right? I don't know your business specifically. It's really important to be honest with yourself. Really look and dive into what is going on in your business. And that involves taking honest looks. That involves stepping back and doing an assessment. That involves, even consulting maybe someone who's an expert in an area that you need support with, right? And so instead of saying, oh, well, I need a marketing training, or I need to figure out what the formula is, and you're constantly sharing changing strategies, and you're looking for that magical formula. You're looking for all these external strategies, and you haven't created that foundational ICA of your business, the ideal client avatar. You don't know who you're actually talking to. You don't have, in addition to that, a niche and the challenge that you're helping solve. Then it's not a marketing problem, right? It's about the clarity of what you're saying. And beyond that, really connecting with the purpose of your business, why you are doing this, right? And that is often aligned to the type of clients that you want to serve. And so when you align your business well positioned, you have a good, clear niche. And I did have a class in March on defining your niche. And a couple weeks ago, I had a class on how to attract your dream clients. And one of the elements I talk about is a defined niche and what that means, right? And the elements of a defined niche. And so having those aspects in place, and then the marketing plan that is aligned to who you are, your strengths, and also who your ideal client is and where do they look for help, where do they spend time, right? And then checking in with yourself, are those which of those places am I okay spending time in, and am I okay um you know just marketing and talking, and marketing in a way that's about connecting. It's about serving. It's not about that kind of taking. And I know all my listeners are not those type of entrepreneurs. We have gone into business because we want to support and help others. We want to make a difference in whatever way that is for you. And so if you are feeling overwhelmed, like you need to take another program, you need another course, you need to find the magic formula, then I'm going to urge you to really stop, take a step back, and do an honest assessment of the aspects of your business. Okay. And so I've seen these similar mistakes over and over again. So if you haven't got a copy of my guide on the 5 common mistakes that entrepreneurs make, I will have a link in the show notes. And I'd love for you to receive that so you can really dive into those mistakes and see if any of them resonate and which ones are do you see yourself in, right? And if you see yourself behaving in the way that is into one of those mistakes and the way I describe them, I also provide the solutions for that. Then you can start to look at, well, how can I do this differently? Okay. And so it is completely normal because of the way we're conditioned and what we see around us to have misaligned marketing, to think that we need this one thing. Often we are marketed to as entrepreneurs that this person is going to be the solution to our problems. Okay. And sometimes you will learn the skills you need from the right person and the right training. And before you invest in a training or a person, you really need to be clear about what you actually need in your business. Right? And so oftentimes we invest in things and we think, well, if I get more training, then I'll be confident, right? And so if that's one of your things, then it's like then looking back and say, well, I need to work on my confidence and trusting that I know what I'm doing. Okay. Or maybe you saw some other entrepreneur doing and using a marketing strategy and you were drawn to that because it was successful for them. Is that where your ideal client is? Is that where they hang out? Is that something you'll enjoy doing? Is that something aligned with your strengths? So really being clear, and then based on that, what you actually need for your business, and focusing and not spreading yourself all over the place. And I know that you have a big heart and you want to help a lot of people, right? Even though you've probably heard this, and even me saying it, I can feel kind of the discomfort in this is if you're really clear about who you serve, you actually will serve more people, right? If you speak to everyone, you're speaking to no one. Okay. And so really being focused, clear about how you want to run your business. What do you want to focus your energy on? What actual skills do you need to learn? Okay. How are you going to learn those skills? How are you going to be held accountable? Right. And so making sure that everything that you invest in your business is aligned with your business goals. Okay. And that it's moving you forward. And whether those are internal activities or external activities, you know that I believe in managing both, right? You need both. And so just focusing on external strategies, it's not going to get you the results, or it'll get you the results for a short time. And only focus on the internal strategies, well, it's hard to get results if you're not taking some steps, right? So really being clear about going back to your purpose, focusing on who you serve, speaking to that audience and doing it in a way aligned with yourself, and then also working on your mindset, right? And so doing all those things before you make all these decisions of where you need to spend your money, time, and energy. And so this comes from personal experience also, right? There are so many times where I thought I needed something because I went with that kind of top line emotion. And it would invest, I would buy a course or a program or invest in another coach or whatever. And I always get some benefit out of it. I'm not saying that I didn't get benefit. It just wasn't what I needed at the time. um a lot of times it wasn't, because if unless I really went into what I truly need and when I invested from that place, that always resulted in much better results. So so what is it that you actually need? Do you actually need more training, or do you need more confidence? Do you actually need to learn to market, or do you know how to market, at least the basics of it, but you're not really marketing, your marketing message is not clear, right? And so I know another thing that I hear a lot with this lack of clarity is, well, I need to change my niche, right? The reality is it really, is your marketing really targeted in that niche? Is it really clear? Is it like, are you solving a challenge that your niche experiences and speaking to them in a way that is how they express the challenge? And if not, then that's your work and that's where you invest. There there have been times I've bought courses and haven't finished them. And it can bring up a lot of shame, right? Where I think I spent all this money, and when I work for my money, I put my heart and soul into my business. And so I invest in these things and I don't finish them. That's no one's fault, right? That has to do with me. And I take responsibility for that. But the reality is, why haven't I finished them? Is it because I need accountability? Is there some internal work that needs to be done before I work on that external strategy? Or have I not finished it because it's not actually what my business needs? So I want to ask you, have you bought some programs and courses that maybe you got excited and you started and you finished the beginning of them and then stopped? Are one of those courses that you have something that you actually need for your business? Right? And so, really looking at all the things, really looking at all the things, not just kind of investing from that fear, from the fear of like, I need like a scarcity, I don't have this. And so, that feeling of that. And some people, marketers, unfortunately, out there will market to that fear and they know which buttons to press. But that is one of your strengths. As a sensitive soul, as a conscious person, a conscious entrepreneur, you can use your intuition and you can use your guidance to know if this is something that you really need, to trust, even though some fear may come up when you're investing something, but trust your intuitive guidance that this is actually more of the excitement feeling and not the fear if I invest in this program, this course, or whatever, in this coach. So I always believe that it's important to have some coach, some mentor that is where you want to be, right? If you can learn something and that person can help shorten the path, it's completely worth it. But just make sure it's the right thing for you. I know I've invested in things where I'm partway through and I'm like, this is actually not what I thought. This is actually not what I need. And I've heard from people coming and telling me that, they've invested in so many things and so they're afraid. They're afraid to invest in more coaching. They're afraid to invest in programs with me and with other people because they've been burned before. So, if this is you, I want you to know that you're not alone, even though it's not really talked about that much because there is some shame around it, right? And remember, shame is, there's something wrong with me that I keep doing this, versus guilt, oh, I spent that money, the action I did is wrong, versus I'm wrong. And a lot of empathic entrepreneurs feel that sense of kind of shame, like there's something wrong with me. Everyone else seems to be doing it. Everyone else seems to be successful. And I just don't know why I'm not. So, this is Kavita with Aligned and Soulful Success. And I'm going to encourage you to spend some time to really examine your business, really check what you actually need. And I am actually offering something really special these next couple months because summer is the perfect time to do this. I never do this. I never offer one-off sessions. But I'm feeling a need from my community and the people that I talk to. So, what I'm offering is a 90-minute one-on-one call where we will dive in together into the details of your business and figure out together where you need to focus. And I have a lot of resources that I can send you to. If there's programs that I know about, there's people that have trainings, there's lots of ways that I can support you, right? And so if you are interested in booking this one-on-one session with me, then I will have a link available in the show notes. You can book the call and we will work together for 90 minutes on your business. I will give you some work to do before the call so that I can come prepared, and some work to do after. Okay, so if that's something that you're interested in, then go ahead and book that in the show notes, or you can email me or contact me if you want more information about it. Okay, so I'm looking forward to next week and continue where I can continue to support you in having your purposeful and profitable business. Until then, take good care. Bye.